Hi, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your Mercury retrograde reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they are all located in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Feeling yourself become calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right. So let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. How will Cancer be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. How will Cancer be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. How will Cancer be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. How will Cancer be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Ooh. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. Now let's see what your chakra energy is. How will Cancer be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. How will Cancer be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. How will Cancer be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Ooh. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. So we're starting here with visualization. There we go. And this is a time where you actually might find it just a little bit tricky to really focus on visualizing what you want instead of visualizing what you don't want. It's almost a sense here of as you see things, and then you're going to have to kind of look twice at them to really make sure you have that understanding. You know what it is that you desire. Visualization here is the third eye chakra. Your third eye is opening up, but because things seem to be moving backwards or a little bit haywire during Mercury retrograde, as our third eye opens up and as we see things more truthfully, it can take us a while or a moment to be able to truly understand the depth of what we're seeing, the breadth of what we're seeing, and the knowledge that we're taking in. So the third eye very strong in its awakening, but also here as you're looking at what you desire and what you want, staying focused on the positive and not the negative is going to be something that's very powerful for you. And then we have creativity. Now, this is the sacral chakra. This is where a lot of negativity is held from this life and from past lives, can be inherited through your DNA line. And this is really confronting a lot of issues, and they can be quote unquote issues, but a lot of things that we are born with that we need to face in order to move forward in our lives, to be the person that we want to be. And why I have quotes over issues is because they're life lessons. They're life lessons. They're part of our sacred truth. And that's not an issue. That is part of our development as a human being. So it's a sacred part of us, but it can also be an astoundingly aggravating part of us at times. As we embrace our creativity, we have this creative energy flowing through us. To be able to harness that energy, to be able to focus that energy on what we desire and where we want to be, is going to be something very profound and very powerful. It then leads you to self-mastery. Now, this is the solar plexus chakra, and this is a sense of really trusting your gut feels. This is a sense of knowing that things are developing and becoming so much more than you had expected. But also you're going to feel more comfortable within your skin. It's kind of like as the fighting stops, as you center yourself, as you focus on what it is that you want. It's all the nonsense, all the noise that is around us all the time, it falls away. And we see things much more openly, much more honestly, and much more clearly. It's a mastering of what we desire from our lives. It's a moving us forward in purpose and in comprehension. And in confidence. And so here, as we have self-mastery come in, there will be times where you wake up or days when you feel like, wow, it's just all going haywire. Just know that that doesn't mean that you throw in the towel and say, you know what, it's just too much. I can't do this. It's really looking and focusing on what you want and how you're moving forward in your life and taking those steps to achieve greatness, because greatness is around you. Now we have here, the left-hand side is your inner self. The middle is your emotional, your heart self. And the right-hand side is the public arena. So let's see what the cards have to say. We start off with the 5 of Cups, change your mind and change your life. And that's going to be a huge part of what you're doing during this time. You're changing what you are focusing on. And then that brings you to the King of Cups. This is you crowned, of course, as a king coming through, as a king in the minor arcana, because you're represented by the cups in the minor arcana. You're represented by the chariot in the major arcana. This is also the time frame, okay? Is Libra and Scorpio is the time frame that the Mercury retrograde is in. Scorpio energy is going to have a really big impact on you. It can be because, water sign energy kind of sings to water sign energy. Then we have the Empress. This is a sense of reclaiming your voice, reclaiming your power, reclaiming what is absolutely of the utmost importance to you. And then we have the Knight of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, moving forward in your passion as you reclaim your voice and your power. We have the 4 of Swords, right? You have to give homage, and credit and understanding to all the hardships and all the negativity that you have been through, because it really does elevate your heart. It really does move you forward in a way that says, wow, look at what I did. Look at how far I've come. And then this leads you to the Hanged Man. You're not seeing things the same way as everybody else. Once you put things into perspective, you start to see things really differently than you were before. And you're going to think that this is actually wrong. You're going to think that you should see things the same way as everybody else. But your true power, your true kingliness lies in the fact that you can see what others cannot. And that's going to be a really powerful truth for you. We then have the 3 of Cups. The repeat of the number 3 means that divinity is with you. For me, the 3 of Cups is a person that should have been celebrating us, but didn't. Now, this could have happened when we were very small. This could be happening now. You could know that person instantaneously. But this person or these people leave us with scars, emotional scars, that make us doubt ourselves as we're moving forward, as we're embracing this Empress aspect of who we are and where we want to be. And then we have the 6 of Coins. Things need to be balanced, right? Things need to be balanced as you move forward. There's a sense that people have out their hands, and you're going to think, oh, I have to be that person that builds others up. And you are. Cancer, that's a huge part of who you are, but not at the expense of you. Having those clear boundaries, that profound truth is going to be so important to you during Mercury retrograde, because we have a tendency during a Mercury retrograde to mishear people, but also to hear what we think should be going on or what we think that they're saying. And so here, you're going to think, oh my gosh, I have to just give more. I have to sacrifice more. I have to move forward in a greater determination, a greater this, a greater that. And it's like, no, you actually need the scales balanced. So when you're having this energy come forward and you're thinking, oh, I have to give more, it's kind of like, no, step back a bit. Step back a bit. Then we have the Queen of Coins, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So prosperity is coming in the public arena. You have the Four of Wands, a happiness that cannot be denied, and it's absolutely beautiful, well earned. Then we have the King of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You go from being a defender to being a king. And this is you moving forward in quite unexpected ways. And then you have the Ace of Cups, God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of healing, beautiful love that kind of cleanses you and washes you over. You're definitely taking this gift because we have the King of Swords, the King of Cups right here, which represents you. So this is a gift just for you. And this is going to help balance the scales. This is going to help you move forward. You have to take this. And I know have to is a harsh term to use. But why Spirit is saying you have to take this is because there is a sense that this is a power that you need to be able to move forward in. This is a cleansing that centers you and lets you see things more honestly, more artfully, more truthfully for yourself. And so here it's going to be very, very important that you take this energy and move forward with it. And you take this gift and really utilize it. Now let's see the people you have to be mindful of. No, not mindful. Let's see the people who will aid you. We'll see later on the people you have to be mindful of. Who will aid Cancer during Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? Who will aid Cancer during Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? Who will aid Cancer during Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic, these three. 3 is a very important number for you. Oh, yes, it's coming off in your tarot readings too. But there's a sense of things happening to you in threes. You're going to see like third time's a charm. You'll see yourself kind of feeling that or thinking that a lot lately or during this retrograde. Princess of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is somebody who is young. This is somebody, or has youthful energy to them, has this very youthful spirit to them. This is somebody who's very passionate. They're going to be passionate in a way that you need to hear. They're going to have insights and understandings that really do kind of open your eyes to things and open your eyes to the way that you want to move forward. Now remember, with the people who aid and also the people we have to be mindful of, these do not have to be people that we know in real life. They can be affecting our lives in a multitude and in a myriad of different ways. So here, there is passion, there is power, there's purpose, there's understanding, there's a sense of rebirth and a coming into personal growth. Coming forward, that this person helps you realize or says something that kind of just lets out this avalanche of understanding and greater knowledge. It then moves you to Aquarius energy. This is a time frame of January 20th to February 18th. This is pouring forth the waters of knowledge, of understanding. This is somebody who kind of like, you know that saying, one raindrop can flood the ocean. And that's what this person is. This is a person who can do something so very small, but has such an intense impact on you. This is a person who comes from the mind, all right, but also greatly affects the heart, has a way of seeing things, has a way of embracing truths and pouring forth healing into the world. Then we have Cernunnos, which is a Capricorn energy, December 22nd to January 19th. This is a person who isn't for good or for bad. Now, they happen to influence your life in a positive way during this time. This is a person who aids you forward. But the Cernunnos energy is the energy of creation. So it's the energy of chaos. It's a forest god. And so here, there is this sense of this person who moves forward in knowledge and understanding, who moves forward in a grounding of themselves. But they don't see that there's necessarily a right or a wrong. They don't see things as black and white as everybody else does. White page, black print, everything neatly laid out. It's a myriad and multitude of grays. This is somebody who lives in the shadows. It can be that they're more comfortable at night, but I see this as a person who shadows in the depth and the breadth of what we're seeing and what we're saying. So that person's going to have quite an interesting impact, because you might not always agree upon what they're saying, but it makes you think, and it makes you open up your mind in a way that really is quite powerful for you. Now then we move to the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups says change your mind, change your life, change the way that you're looking at things. Things are not staying the same, right? And this is moving from a sense of hardships, of pains, of disappointments, of angers, of fears, of chaos, into a place of seeing that you still have the Two of Cups behind you. You still have healing, beautiful love to guide you, to move you, to heal the rifts that emotionally have become noticeable, and to move yourself forward, Cancer, in a way that you truly love and in a way that you truly need. During this time, you may feel a lot of tension, like tension headaches you could be getting, because I can feel that in the front of my head, and a little bit of tightness in the jaw. It's kind of like, am I moving forward the right way? There's a lot of questioning here that you can do for yourself, or you can do to yourself, Cancer, and you start to kind of spiral, because you'll never truly trust what it is that you choose. But here, with the Five of Cups, you're changing your mind, you're changing your life, you're starting to see blessings, you're starting to see healings coming forward. And that really has you looking at your kingly energy. That really has you looking at your throne, your passion, your power, your beauty, your understanding. And the thing with the King of Cups, and the thing that I love about the King of Cups, is that in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, he is a king in the middle of the water, right? He is a king simply of himself. It is implied, yes, that he is a king of so much more, but it's not seen. In our lives and in our worlds, it is implied that we are kind of the rulers of so much more than just our lives. But have you ever tried to really get people to do what you want them to do? Like, just out of their own free will, and to forever do that? It's hard. It's astoundingly hard. And even us as human beings, like even with our own lives, you can sit there and say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to have dessert, or I'm not going to have a drink. And then you wind up having dessert or having a drink, and you sit there and you listen, and you look at you and you're like, listen, I didn't listen to me. How do I expect others to listen to me? So it's knowing that we're the rulers simply of ourselves. And that's stinking hard. I mean, it really is quite difficult. And so here, when you look at the King of Cups, and when you look at you're looking at your power, you're looking at your understanding, you're looking at the ways that you'll weasel out of things, and the burdens and the responsibilities that you take on more than readily. And it's coming to terms with ourselves. It's seeing ourselves as the emotional beings that we are, because I am of the firm belief that we are all emotional beings, and we have to have that connection between the mind and the heart to move forward, to be able to really embrace what we want from life. But it's first seeing the heart that is so, so very powerful. And here it's seeing the heart, and it's seeing what you desire, and it leads you to the Empress. It leads you to claiming a voice you thought was lost. It leads you to claiming a power that you didn't think you'd have. It leads you to, looking at what you desire and using this creative energy that we see coming from your sacral chakra to move yourself forward, to bring more into your existence, and to sit there and say, this is what I want. This is what I need for my existence, my soul, and myself, to empower me, to move me forward, to get me to where it is that I need to be and where it is that I want to be. And as I am embracing this, I am embracing the truth of me. The Empress is about the coming forward of creativity. It is about the claiming of power and the understanding of our truth as individuals. And so here, you have this sense of this power being used for so much more. So when you see yourself as a king, and especially the King of Cups, and when you claim that power, you see yourself being able to move forward in your truth, knowing your weaknesses, knowing your strengths. And by knowing yourself, it helps you understand those around you. And during a time where things can be topsy-turvy, that's going to be very empowering. That's going to be really what gives you a kind of step up on others around you. And then you have this loving, healing energy of the Empress coming in, this nurturing, divine, feminine energy coming in, paired with the divine masculine. And so it is this strength that you are embracing, and it is this power that you are really embarking upon that moves you forward in strength and in determination as the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is the second fastest moving knight. Now, the Knight of Cups, which would represent you, Cancer, is the second slowest moving knight. So this has you moving out of your comfort zone a bit, moving a bit faster than you would want to, but there is a sense of passion, of determination, of focus, of fire, of power really coming forward. And it's like, this is where I need to be. And it moves you. In your inner self, you're going to see yourself as a knight, a defender. In the public arena, people see you as a king, as a person who knows what the heck is going on. And we have, starting and crowning your emotions, we have the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is hurt and pain and disappointment. It's anger, it's upset, it's upheaval, it's all the things that have scarred us. And it's looking at them openly and honestly. It's giving homage and honor to everything that you have been through and everything that you have overcome. It is sitting there and saying, wow, this was a long road. This was a hard road. But it was a road I needed to walk. And I have learned things that is beyond the realm of my understanding. And even, excuse me, and even in sometimes the most hardship, in the greatest hardship, comes a knowledge of your strength, of your determination, of your power. And that is what divinity is really telling you to look at during this time. Let me just take a sip of water. Sorry about that. And it's as you see things, and as we face what we don't want to face as human beings, we sit there and we look at our struggles and our pains and our disappointments and we say, why doesn't this happen to anybody else? But then again, we don't know. We don't know what goes on in everybody else's world behind closed doors. And so it's giving ourselves honor and dignity for the strength that we have shown and for the power that we have moved forward in. And it has us seeing things really quite differently as we connect with our own inner power. It's like the crown has changed. The power has changed. The way that we see what we want, what we desire, how we're moving forward has changed. And the hangman does not see things the same way as everybody else, and he does not apologize for it. You're going to think, oh, wow, I'm wrong, because that's what we usually think when we don't fit in with, everybody else's ideas and ideals. But you are not wrong. You are looking at things differently, most definitely. But you are coming to things with a power and with an understanding that will move you forward in a way that you hadn't anticipated, that is quite enchanting. That's what Spirit is saying, quite enchanting for you. And the repeat of the number 3 moves into the repeat of the number 4. Actually, you have the repeat of the number 4 to number 3 if we're going down this way. But there is a sense here of having to take care of yourself, of having to listen to your body, to your mind, to your spirit, as you listen to divinity, as divinity guides you forward. And there is the 3 of Cups here. And the 3 of Cups, how I always see the 3 of Cups, and I know it is quite different than everybody else, but it always rings so true. It's somebody who was supposed to have celebrated you, supposed to have been on your side, in your corner. This could be a parent growing up. This could be a teacher. This could be, a lover. This was supposed to be a best friend. This was supposed to be somebody on your side. And they just couldn't be. They couldn't put themselves aside long enough to sit there and say, I'm here for you. I have your back. I got you. You weren't asking for, heroics, you are asking for kindness and love and understanding, which is heroic in and of itself when it is given. And because there was this break of trust, because there was this doubt, this fear, it scarred things, especially for those who can see this when you were young. It made you a bit more hesitant, a bit warier, a bit, Spirit is saying angrier. It's like, why? Why wasn't I good enough? Here's the thing. The scar that was spoken over you, the scar that was placed upon you by somebody not having your back, that wasn't you, it was them. And it is a hard lesson and a hard pill to swallow. But it is a profound truth to understand. That the greatest person that we can rely on as we see our strengths and as we come together is ourselves. And that can seem harsh to say, rely on yourself. It's not saying that you're in it all by yourself, though at times it might feel that way. It is saying that you are blessed and you are strong and you have a power to you that is unmistakable, and they cannot take that from you, though they try, and they definitely do try. And that is where the balance is needed. It's needed to look at things and to gain an understanding and to see where you have given when, maybe you shouldn't have, and when you have, looked at things openly and honestly for yourself, and other people have taken and just taken, and you feel drained and overwhelmed and, doubting and fearing. The Six of Pentacles is saying, okay, it's time to balance the scales. It's time to move forward in your passion and in your knowledge and say, I cannot have everybody always having their hands out. I cannot have the doubt and the fear coming at me all the time because the scales aren't balanced, because I'm feeling as if I'm not doing enough, not pulling my weight, as if, even if I get something done, I'm going to have 18 million more things on my plate. It's coming to a sense of understanding and a sense of balance within yourself. This is my minor arcana Libra card, which is very interesting because, again, the time frame is between Libra and Scorpio for this retrograde. And there is a sense here of being tested as you heal, of needing to see where the scales have been so imbalanced, so out of the realm of what you had expected, to be able to call it back into harmony, to understanding, to a sense of where you truly want to be. And it moves you then to the Queen of Pentacles. It moves you from feeling as if there is no balance within the pentacles, within the prosperity, within the seeds being planted, to knowing that you have a control over this. Maybe not a big control, but a sense of prosperity, a sense of, seeds being planted, ideas being planted, moving forward towards something more than you had anticipated. And as you look at this openly and honestly for yourself, and as you look at what you desire, you're going to find that people in the public arena, they don't see you as struggling, which is going to be a bit frustrating at times, because especially with your heart here, this Mercury retrograde is bringing up heartbreaks and pains and disappointments, and you feel a bit like an outsider, and past hurts come up and things feel out of balance, and people sit there and think, oh, Cancer, you have this. You're prosperous, you have this aura of wealth to you, be it financial wealth or what you value as much as money around you. And that is going to be where you want to step in. Okay, you want to step into that knowledge. You want to step into that being. You want to step into the creation of that person. It's kind of the statement, fake it till you make it. And though you want to kind of rage at the people who don't see everything that you are going through, Mercury retrograde turns everything on its head. So they're not going to see it. They're going to be so busy with themselves that they don't see that you have to give yourself a rest from all the heartbreak that you have been through and all the doubts that you have had. But they see you as prosperous. They see you as strong. And they see you as planting lasting seeds because you are. Because you're being open and honest and really quite real with yourself. And it moves you to a place that you hadn't expected. It moves you to the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is beauty and prosperity and abundance that cannot be denied. It is a celebration. It is new job opportunities. It can be moving house. It can be that you're lining all of this up. You're doing your research. You're looking at things. You're planning. And it's like, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at what opens for me. And there is a sense of a blessing coming in. It could be a very small blessing. We like big blessings. You know, we as human beings, we want them to be big and fleshy, and we want the neighbors to kind of have their jaw on the floor type of thing and be in awe of us, and that would be so great. But it's subtle, quiet blessings that can really mean the most. And so here, and that usually mean the most. And so here with the Four of Wands, you are seeing a blessing of your truth. You're seeing a celebration of the ecstasy of self come forward. You're seeing opportunities come your way that you had thought would be barred to you. And as that comes, you have the King of Wands coming forward. Now, people may see you as a little bit sneaky because he is riding a fox, right? So just beware of that. But there is a sense of you moving forward, and you're embracing your knowledge. You're embracing the way that you're seeing things. You're embracing this mastery of self and this creative energy that is around you. And you're moving forward in ways that people do not understand, especially as you find your voice and you're breaking a pattern of hurt and pain and disappointment, anger, doubt, and fear. And it's like, no, now it's time to move forward, and to have that move over so that you can move forward in passion, determination, creativity, and abundance. And it leads you to the Ace of Cups, to God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of healing, beautiful love, handing you a gift that cleanses and consoles. And you might find it brings tears. It brings tears because it brings the unexpected forward. It brings love of understanding. It brings a depth of truth. It brings deeper wisdom. It brings feelings to the forefront. And it could be here that you didn't want to feel so much so readily. So just be aware of that and be kind to yourself as you're taking in that healing. Let's go deeper. How will Cancer be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. How will Cancer be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. Show me more deeply, show me more deeply. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Ooh, okay. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. And one bonus card. And let's see the people you are to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people Cancer is to be mindful of? During Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. Who are the people Cancer is to be mindful of? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020, Mercury retrograde. Who are the people Cancer is to be mindful of? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And, ooh, goodness. Show me clearly. Very interesting. Okay, so here we have 4. Those ones right there. That's what Spirit was saying. So we have the Queen of Fire, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is going to be a person very determined, very much, they start fires, is really what I'm seeing with them. They spread little sparks of discontent. They can kind of see exactly where to hit, exactly what to say, and they start fires. So just be mindful of that. And they kind of get a kick out of it. They do. And you could actually see that during this retrograde, they might actually be holding up really quite well, because they kind of feed off of the chaos of it all. Hermit energy, Virgo, okay? Time frame of August 23rd to September 22nd. This is a person who is going to be totally into themselves, okay? Totally into where they need to go, how they need to move forward. The advice that they give is really for them, all right? So if you're talking to this person and they get mad, you're going to see that they're saying things that you can really see in them, but they're really seeing in you or in the situation and not in themselves. There is a sense of needing, they need to follow their own light, their own guidance, and they're not really going to have time for anything or really anyone else because of that. Then we have here Sagittarius energy, November 22nd to December 21st. This is somebody who's going to be very into the spiritual aspect of life and of ideas. But this is going to be, again, a person who is really interested in the knowledge that is around them and what they are taking in, instead of being able to share it with others. But you're going to be very intrigued about what they're seeing, what they're saying, what is coming to them, but they're not going to want to share it. Okay? That's just going to be the sense with this person. They're really on their own journey of discovery. And then it leads you to the Death card, which is Scorpio energy, October 23rd to November 21st. This is, again, you have people around you that you need to be mindful of that are really on their own journey. They're really looking at things their own way. And that's the same for the Scorpio energy here, where this is a sense of somebody who is transforming. This is a sense of somebody who walks within the shadows, all right, and doesn't really want to be a part of more. They just don't. The only one who is social is in this lineup is the Queen of Wands. That Spirit is showing me is the Queen of Wands, and that is just to light little sparks of fire, to not to inspire, but to cause a bit of chaos. We have the King of Swords. As you change your mind and change your life, as you embrace your heart, you then embrace your mind. And that is going to be a very powerful truth for you. And this is, of course, Libra energy, because swords represent Gemini, Libra, Aquarius over the Scorpio energy of, and this can also be being mindful of the Scorpio energy. A lot of good things can come from it, but also a lot of kind of being more mindful of situations can come from it too. So here, the mind and the heart are coming together, and they are both kings. They are both equally matched. Then we have the Eight of Cups. There is something, as you claim your voice and you claim your power of the Empress, you change your mind, you change your life. You change the way that you are moving forward. It brings you to the Queen of Pentacles. As you move forward in your passion, in your determination, you move forward also in your prosperity. The Hanged Man. Over the Hanged Man and the Four of Swords, you are definitely not seeing things the same way as everybody else. You then have the Ten of Cups, and they all live happily ever after. Once the Three of Cups, once the hurts, the pains, the disappointments of the past are addressed, and that power is released. The power that that person or that situation has had over you is released. It moves you then to the Six of Swords, over the Six of Pentacles. I like that repeat of the number 6. So this is very much a healing, cleansing, coming together, because 6 is a very nurturing number. It's you're taking your ideas, you're taking your mind, your knowledge, and you are moving forward. It then brings you to the Four of Cups. A gift is being handed to you from God's Source Spirit, however you see the divine in the universe. This is over the Queen of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. So it really does empower you. It is unexpected. It's not as pretty as everybody else's, like all the other cups that you were seeing, but it is so much more profound and so much more powerful. You then have the King of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. This is my vampiric energy card. This is, stealing away your power, your prosperity, your wealth, or what you value as much as money. As a king, it's making you doubt yourself. But then we have the gift of the Ace of Cups with the Strength card over it. And this is strength through kindness, strength through love, strength through compassion. This is a Leo energy, a time frame of July 23rd to August 22nd. And it is by embracing and embodying your strength that you move out of a viper situation. You move out of a venomous, leeching situation. It moves you then to the Ace of Wands, God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of passion and of creativity. And it's permeating every single aspect. And we'll see in the subconscious message if you take this gift. But even if you don't, it's permeating everything. So it is such a part of you. And I know you have the King of Wands in the main part of the reading, but I like it when we have the Court card or the Magician in correlating with the deck that the Ace is being shown in. So there's fierceness, the warrior king, moving forward. Fierceness, determination, dedication. It has you walking away from what you once thought you would love. It has you really moving on a different path than you had expected. And it brings you, Cancer, to prosperity. It brings you to a place that you really need to be in. Now, with the Queen of Pentacles, you've had this in your main reading publicly, and now you have it privately as we go deeper. This is wealth or something you value as much as money. This is something astoundingly dear to you. Seeds that are being planted, passion that is moving you forward, ideas that are coming to you. It's changing your mind and changing your whole entire life on this earthly plane. And as you do so, your heart opens to being able to have, the happily ever after that you want. It doesn't have to be the happily ever after that you had expected or that the world says that you should want, but there's a contentment, there's a peace within yourself, and it moves you forward. It moves you to a place as you gathered up your knowledge and your understanding that you hadn't anticipated and that you might not have thought you would ever reach. And as you do so, you get a gift from divinity, God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, that is more than you had anticipated, but is not presented in the way that you had expected. And the repeat of the number 4 here is, again, saying you have to take care of yourself, body, mind, and spirit. During this retrograde, it's going to be so easy for you to burn the candle at both ends and just feel rotten. The miserly energy, the pauper's mentality, what has kept you from really embracing being a king. You are cutting through it with your angels. You're cutting through it with your spirit guides. And it's like, no, you don't get to have this power over me. Visualize yourself surrounded by the golden light of the universe. See your hands be surrounding the hilt of a sword and your angels covering their hands over yours, cutting through that golden light, connecting for a brief moment with the silence of the universe. And then the light comes back, but this time without the corruptions. And that is clearing your energy. That's saying, you know what, leeches, be gone, vampires, be gone. I'm done with, being drained. And it has you embracing strength through kindness, strength through compassion, strength through a connection of soul and of self. And that's where the blessings come in. And as that comes, you're handed a gift by God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, of passion, of creativity, and of a fiery power. Let's see what your spirit animal message is. How will Cancer be affected by Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? How will Cancer be affected by Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. These 3. So we have the whale spirit. Trust in the great mysteries. Trust that we're not supposed to know everything. And during Mercury retrograde, when communications get all mumbled and jumbled, you might feel like you're supposed to know so much more than you do. You're not. It's a mystery. Trust it. This then moves us to the wombat spirit. Be at home. That's why the 4 keeps on showing up. Be at home within yourself, body, mind, and spirit. Excuse me. And then the canary spirit. Sing your own song. Live your truth. Let your beauty move you forward. Your subconscious spirit animal message is the white raven. Trust in the magic. Trust in the magic that is around you. Trust in the beauty that is a part of you. Trust that things aren't always what they seem and could be so much more than we expected. It then leads you to your subconscious people message, which is the Princess of Cups. A lot of things are being learned during this time. Greater knowledge drunk from, gaining an understanding, taking in that wisdom, and letting it become a part of you. It then moves you to your subconscious chakra message, which is psychic development, the third eye chakra opening, psychic development leading you forward, seeing things so much more clearly than you had before, but maybe not trusting that insight and that intuition. Also, things can be coming at you a little bit hard, a little bit fast, with everything that you're seeing, everything that you're taking in. You can tell Spirit, I'm not ready for this much knowledge, this much understanding quite yet. Have it come more slowly, more gradually, more carefully. Then we have your subconscious tarot message, which is the Magician. You are definitely taking the gift of the Ace of Wands and doubly taking the gift of the Ace of Cups. And this is beauty moving you forward. This is magic coming around you, as above, so below. As you believe it, so it becomes. There is a sense here of the mind being so incredibly powerful, as it is all the time. But what you think, what you seek, you will find in the most unexpected and most intriguing of ways. Keep your mind positive. Keep your heart opened and true to the love that is you. And see what is left as you open up, the box of wonders. And as you look at dreams yet to be realized that have profoundly guided you forward. And your subconscious, to go deeper into your subconscious, we have here the Two of Wands. The world starts to open up. You start to see things more openly, more honestly, more intriguingly than you had before. And instead of feeling closed out of the wonders and the possibilities, you see them as being part of where you're meant to be and part of what you truly desire. You see yourself being able to move forward in a sense of wonder and a sense of truth. All right, Cancer. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we step into the power of our truth, as we combat the negativity that has been spoken over us and that has made us doubt ourselves, as we walk with our heads held high and our eyes towards the sky, guided by our angels and embracing the beauty of our souls. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Cancer.